hope this is working. I have no real idea, as this is the first one I've used this thing. I think it's working. I think so. I think so. I hope so. I'm going to continue anyway. With me cup of tea. Excuse my slurping. Okay. Stream analytics. Excellent connection. Stream health. Okay. Seems seems good. I think. He thinks. Cool, right. I'm going to get started then. So, this is the battery I'm building. Here is my little sketch that I've been doing. So, it's 14S6P. Here's my little sketch. Here's my little battery holders that I've painstakingly put together. Yeah. I've been waiting to build this battery for such a long damn time. It's unbelievable. So, I just need to get to it. There's only so long you can spend going, oh, what about this? Oh, what about that? Oh, wonder if this. Oh, wonder if that. It's like, just build it. Do you know what I mean? Build it! So, I'm building it. And I thought I'd live stream it. Because I've dropped a couple of links places and hopefully a couple of people will jump in. Just because I was hoping some people might go like, oh, you don't want to do that. Oh, why don't you do this? Oh, what about that? Oh, have you thought about that? And then I can go, oh, okay, cool, yeah. So I can get some info from you peeps who are probably building out there as well. If not, probably pick up some comments after or something, hopefully. We'll see. So, yeah. So, you know, yeah, live stream it. Why not? Why not? I'm sitting here doing it anyway. So, that is the base of it, as I see it. I've got a battery box that I've built myself out of plywood, and this is kind of the shape that it fits into. In fact, I'm going to grab a battery box and show you. This is the battery box for this. So this fits in the triangle of my bike that I've picked up. Not a bike I had before, it's a bike specifically I bought just to do this to it basically. So yeah, this is a battery box and this is going to fit in here like this hopefully. With a little bit of padding around the edges, I guess. A little bit of a gap because I've got some padding to go around it basically, and then I've got the BMS which is up here, which is actually an absolute monster. In fact it's quite ridiculous. This is the BMS I've got. It's pretty crazy. I'm sure it's 200 amps. It's ridiculous, but I think I ordered like an 80 amp version, something like that. And they sent me a 200 amp version, which is like, I don't think it's that much more expensive, but you know, I just don't really want a 200 amp version. You know, it is what it is. But I haven't seen an 80 amp version, but I'm just guessing that this is a lot bulkier due to MOSFETs and heat sinks and all sorts of stuff. I don't know, I might be wrong. It might be, anyway. So I've got to get this in here, and that's kind of my plan, is to get it somewhere down there basically, and actually attach it to the side of the battery there somewhere, and have it sit with it. I could like put it up here, but I don't really want it separate to the battery with the cables, because I don't like this action of any slight movement cables getting. I'd rather it just be one solid unit that moves together if it shakes or moves. That's it. And I've also bought the charge connector for it, which, you know, there's hundreds of charge connectors that you can use for this sort of thing out there. But I use these at work, and I thought it would just be a good option. These are Nutric connectors. So it's a Nutric TrueCon PowerCon True 1 top. Yeah, it used to just be called PowerCon True or True 1. Now it's True 1 top now, but this is basically it's a sealed connection, so it's IP65 or 67 rated or something. There's a gland on the back for the cable, and the connection between the actual this end and this end, the socket and the plug, is a sealed connection. Once it's sealed, I mean, am I going to charge it in the rain? Probably not. But is there a chance that I might be somewhere and I need to go like, oh, I just need to charge it somewhere, get the charger out my bag, and I'm just somewhere and it's outside or something, and I go like, peace of mind really. And it's not that expensive a connector. I think it's like £10 British pounds for this connector and this socket. Yeah, so that's it. It's quite a nice and then once this is open like this, there is a where is it like a rubber, you see that in there, just look at it out the back, beat the reflections, like a rubber seal that goes out the back of it, does it, I guess? Yeah, so that's the rubber seal that goes on there, and that clips over the top, and that is going to go somewhere in there, I hope. There's nowhere else for it to go, so it's got to go there. I mean, it could, I've got the bar over the top and the down tube here, so it can't really go top. I could put it in there, but yeah, there's going to be no room for it, I don't think, so it's going to go in here somewhere, right at the edge. The lid obviously comes right to that outer edge anyway, so as long as that inside part is there, then I can just, but somewhere there like that, and that's the only thing that's been connected to it, as in that's the only thing that needs. Is it? No, I'm telling a lie. I'm telling a lie. That's not the only thing. The other thing that needs to go in it is I have to have a switch to turn the BMS on. And that is going to be this switch here, which is also an IP65, just a momentary switch. That's just to turn the BMS on, and that is just getting drilled into the back or something. In there, I reckon, somewhere in there. You have to just. I wanted it. This is going to be black when I've finished, and if this is black as well, I was going to sink it in a little bit just so it's out of the way. People can't see it because I don't really at the moment. I don't have a key lock for this whole system. Like usually, I had a throttle with a key on it, and I just looked, and it's a twist throttle. And I just hated the look of it. It was just like so bulky and cheap looking. I was like, oh, and I'm not using that. It's crap. So I ditched that idea, and I bought a thumb throttle. So it's got no key lock on it. So hopefully that's one of the bits that's going to be like a almost, you know, if you don't know where that button is, you can't turn it on kind of thing. But I mean, you know, at the end of the day, if someone wants to take it, they're pretty easy to get started. These things just rip the side off here, and you could just go and get it started. They're only push buttons, you know. So yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the build, really. Let's get this out of the way. Just having a sip of tea. Always got to have a cup of tea if you're working, you know what I mean? Slurping. I'm not going to apologise for the slurping, it's probably going to happen a lot. So, what have I done? I've been through all these batteries today, And I've had these batteries since October, and I'm like, this is the first time I built one of these, and this is the first time I've, you know, kind of dealt with a lot of batteries like this. I had them since October, and I was kind of like, are these going to be alright? But I've gone through them to... I got my multimeter out and started checking them, and the first 3 were like 0 volts, and I was like, oh no. Oh no, 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 no. A little bit worried, concerned, definitely. But then I realised that I had the multimeter on AC instead of DC. You clever... Yeah, one of them. So, they're fine. Every single one, 3.5. So I haven't got a light. And they're brand new anyway. Brand new Samsung 25Rs. This camera I think is this camera. This is really weird trying to do this. This camera is a bit crap. I think it's just my webcam, but it's all I've got, so that's the way it is. And it doesn't focus at all. But that does say Samsung 25R. And I've had a chat to a couple of people, and they have told me that they are genuine. And I got them from Fogstar in the UK, which are a pretty reputable company. So I kind of trust that they are genuine. A few people have checked them out and gone like, yeah, they're cool. And I trust Fogstar anyway. It's one of the, I think, if not the biggest sort of, you know, vaping sort of vape battery website or whatever for in the UK. So not many other choices really. And yeah. So I think they're cool. I think this is cool. This is my layout. So I've got my. Hopefully you can see this in this awful camera, but yeah. So I've got all separated all my parallel packs basically, which are 6P 14S, and it kind of runs up this way and then back down this way. I could have done it in clusters, and someone did mention to me, oh, why haven't you done it in clusters? Don't get me wrong, I haven't built one of these, and I don't really know, but I haven't done it in clusters because I just, logically in my mind, I'm just thinking as many series connections across the banks, the more spread that the load is going to be. So that's kind of the way I've tried to do it as much as possible. Obviously, you come to this part and it's like, you know, there's not so many, and it's a little concerning for me, like, on the end of it not having the best. But, you know, I think for what I'm going to pull from this battery, I think it's going to be fine, to be honest. So that is my layout. That's the one I'm going with. I did do a couple of layouts, but that's kind of the one I chose. Kind of seems, yeah, it seemed like the best one really. Like I say, I did a few layouts, and this one seemed good. So these are these little black squiggles. I'm just planning on the tabs for the balance connections. Obviously they don't go on the minus on this one, they're on every positive, but just on the flip side where the negative, so on the flip side will be the same tab. I'm just trying to tab round so I can run the leads around the side of the battery and just come up to the tab, and I'll do these tabs. I think I'm going to do them after. I think I'm going to build it, and then I'm going to put a dab of solder on each tab, get it to length and cut it out and stuff, and then get a dab of solder on each tab, and I might even run the leads and solder them and then do the spot weld after. Just because, you know, what everyone has said, it's like, I mean, it's not going to be major, especially on a tab, putting a bit of heat to it. It's not a bit of heat, it's 300 odd degrees or whatever, but it's, you know, if I put a dab of solder on it, I think even if I spot weld it to it and then just tap the solder on with the wire after, I don't think it's going to be a major thing. I'm not holding the iron on it for a load of time, and it's just a tab off it, so I'll see. I'll have a think about it. Gotta be honest, I've not thought that far ahead. I keep trying to think ahead with all this stuff, and it's just like, if I keep doing that, I'm never going to build the bloody thing, so I'm just going to build it, you know. I'm just going to build it. I need to concentrate on where the camera is and what you can see, because I'm like going, oh yeah, this down here, yeah, you see this, and you can't even see it, because it's not even in shot. I've got, I just noticed this coming to me eye line, so I'll talk about this. This is the nickel strip that I've got, which is 8 mil. It's 8 mil by 1.5, that's what it is. It's 8 mil by 1.5, which the guy who I bought it off on eBay. It is. I trust that it's genuine nickel because a few guys from one of the forums have told me that yeah, this guy's decent. Get it from him, so that's where I got it from. Namely, from Vortex's forum. Yeah. So whatever Vortex is saying, I trust what he's saying. So yeah, what did I get? What did he say? He said that the 8mm by 1.5, which is what I've got, is rated for 25 amps. That's what he said. He said it's rated for 25 amps. So, I mean, this is going to be more than enough if this is rated for 25 amps, because my battery is... I've got a 1000 watt motor, and I've got a controller that does... I've got a controller that is rated current 15 amps, maximum current 30, plus or minus 1 amp, so 31 as a maximum. People are telling me it can go over this, people are telling me it'll be way under this. Rated at 15 amps, I mean, Jesus. Yeah, this, even at a comfortable level, this battery, at 6p, this battery is rated for 6p, try not to pull more than 2 times the milliamps, so 2,500 these are. That's right, isn't it? 2,500. Yes, 2,500 milliamp hours, so 2.5 amps times 2, 5 amps. Try not to pull 5 amps, more than 5 amps from one of these, basically. And I've got 6 in parallel. That's 30 amps that I can pull from this at a really comfortable level, as in it's no danger, I'm not killing the battery, I'm not overworking it, stuff like that. And 30 amps is what that controller's rated for as a maximum. It may pull past that, but in real terms, these are rated at 20 amps maximum discharge. Yes, that may only be burst, but still, 6 of them together, then you're talking, 120 amps as a couple of seconds, and it still is not going to blow up or anything. So yeah. What's up, Gyro? How you doing, mate? Yeah, it's still not going to blow up, you know what I mean? So I'm pulling 30 amps and it's got a possible maximum discharge of 120. I mean, yeah, that's the way I'm seeing it. I don't really know. I mean, I know I don't want to base it on 120 amps, and I'm not. So yeah, I'm basing it on 5 amp pull per battery, basically. 6 in parallel, so 30 amps, which is what the controller's rated for. I know it'll do more, but that's what I'm planning it to do. So yeah, so back to that. That means that this is rated at 25 amps, and that's per series connection across it. This is 25 amps through this. And yeah, so if I've got what's the minimum I've got on these? I've got 4 connections on one as a minimum, so it's 100 amps passed through this series connection from one to the other. So this is going to be okay. There's a lot of people who are probably going to say oh well, you want to rate it to fuse and stuff, and I've looked at that, and you know what, it's such a freaking head screw that I'm just not for my first battery, you know what I mean? I'm definitely going to build, I'm definitely going to build more of this stuff, like another bike, or I'm looking at building a scooter and stuff as well, so I'm definitely going to look at doing fusing later down the line, I think. I'm not doing it now. It's just too much, man. It's too much for my first build, so I think it's going to be fine. I've watched 101 videos, and most of them don't have individual cell fusing, and they're all fine. I've spoke to guys in Vortex's forum and guys in the EBike Discord, that my man Gyro here is one of the mods over there, and they all, a lot of them are saying the same thing. It's not essential, you know what I mean? And I've seen a lot of the builds and no one's on fire, so. Too much, says the one who went balls to the wall. Oh, you're not in that. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, you're not in that. I did notice you weren't in there. I thought you were just having a break though. I thought you'd probably be coming back or something. But anyway, you introduced me there, so it's a shout out. I know, Gyro and a lot of the other guys in there. Really helpful in that Discord. Some of the stuff they know, I'm just like, Jesus, how do you know all this stuff? It's crazy. And I'm just in there asking stupid questions, going like, oh, what about this? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling. So, I'm going to lay this out. Get these in. Oh, I've got these. If there's any questions about what I'm doing, then just throw them in chat and I'll try and answer, or I'll just try and, avoid your question if I don't know it. No, I won't do that. I'll just tell you I don't know, obviously. I put these paper caps on all of these batteries earlier, just a bit more safety. Basically, everyone I've said it's just worth putting them on. I mean, they're pennies, and it's just that bit more protection when you're connecting to the positive, just to stop any of that connection to this negative, because the whole, obviously, as some of you know and some of you don't know, the whole side of this is so the whole side of this is the negative. The whole casing is the negative. This is just the positive inside here. So you don't want to cross connect these two because it goes bang. Yay! I'm laughing because Gyro's just tried to stick my tongue on the battery away, which is quite funny. And no, I'm not going to do it. If I totally screw this battery up and it's just a complete mess, then I will probably do that. I'll take donations and then I'll do it. How's about that? If we hit the goal. I'm joking, kids. Don't stick your tongue on battery arrays, especially when they're like 52 volts or 70 volts or e-bike batteries. Yeah. Just don't put them in your mouth, generally. I mean, Yeah, Gyro did short a hoverboard pack and lived, but there were sparks everywhere. Yeah, I think that's the one you've shown me photos of, where your fingers were literally charcoaled on the end, which was a bit crazy. Yeah, mental. Well, let's see if I can manage to steer clear of that sort of incident while I'm building this, I think. So, like I say, yeah, I've metered all of these. They're all 3.5. Oh, that's the e-bike one. Yeah, sorry, dude. Yeah, you're right. I remember you saying. I've metered all these. They're all 3.5. I have mentioned that. Just, I need to turn this the right way because the way my head works is just not going to be happy if it's not the same way around, because I'm just going to get confused and I will burn something. This is where safety comes into it. This desk is usually a mess, and I've cleaned it today because there's just screws rolling round and bits of cable and wire, and I'm like, I can't have any of that shit while I'm doing this because, it's not going to be good, is it? So, just following this schematic basically for now. I'm going to get them all stacked up. I'm going to see how they fit. They seem quite tight in this. At least the positive end seems quite tight. The negative end seems a little loose. As to whether I will tape it later, but as to whether I need to tape it right now for when I'm like kind of working on it basically. I can't tell you how nice it is to just have like nice new battery. I'm like that. I like shit like, in straight lines and stuff, and I'm a bit weird like that. But it's quite nice to have like shiny batteries. Don't know. It makes me happy. That's all there is to it. Would you deny me shiny battery happiness? Would you? Would you? Yeah, don't play with 18650s. Definitely don't play with them. Pause, neg, pause. Next is neg. definitely don't lick arrays of batteries, or that are 18. Well, don't lick any arrays of batteries. If you array enough like rectangular 9-volt batteries, they're not going to be it's not going to be nice if you lick it. So don't lick any batteries. So stop battery licking. Okay, battery licking it's off. It's off the cards. You all did it when we were kids, though, didn't we? You all licked a battery. Oh God, you dare us. You crazy kids. Battery licking. Yeah, I was out Saturday. Yeah, I was out Saturday licking batteries. Was ya? Oh, you're crazy. Next one's negative. This run up here. Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I've got to keep double checking myself because I really don't want to blow myself up. I've got to be honest. And it is at the back of my mind, but I think that's a good thing that I'm just like, I'm aware of that fact. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's right. Stop there. 3 up there, positive. Which is that way around, not the other. Some of these actually seem a bit tighter on the negative. These ones at the top for some unknown reason. But yeah, this is the confusing part. Because I've got like negatives together here. So I've just got to be... That's why I'm drawing all these lines in here and colours. Because I'm like, my mind needs to stick to some sort of plan. Oh, leave a 9-volt on the sidewalk with a coin on it and see which sucker picks it up. Oh, brutal. Freaking brutal, Gyro. Quite funny though. Oh dear. I'm not sure I did anything like that with batteries, but hey, maybe I'll go back to it. Bring back the 9-volt prank revolution. We'll just use 18650s this time. Hey! Oh dear, dangerous. Freaking dangerous. What's that? So that's this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got to keep counting these guys because I am going to not be concentrating and flipping burn some. I've took rings and watches. I've took all that stuff off because I know that I'm the fool who's just going to go like, oh yeah, shit. I'm not too worried because this is next to me. I'm not afraid to use it. I will use it if I have to. I might just use it anyway. My missus comes in, what the hell's going on? There was a fire. There was a fire, I had to use it. I had to. Should stop me getting my ass kicked. Brilliant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, I'm starting to like... My wife just had a nerve study and she said the shocks were pretty bad. Caused her head to jump off the pillow. Shit, man. Jeez. Wow. I've got some issues going on with my nerves at the moment. I've got like numbness in my one finger and stuff, and I had some numbness in my arm and in my shoulder. It's weird. Hopefully, it's nothing amazingly serious, though. Someone's going to have a look at it at some point, hopefully. When this virus goes away. That's those. Virus world. How crazy is virus world? Weird, man. To be honest, I'm a bloody recluse anyway, so it suits me down to the ground. I'm just like, what? You need me to stay in all the time and do what I want to do? Alright then, yeah. Some people are like, oh, I've got to get out. I'm like, fucking hell, I've got to stay in. What's wrong with being a recluse, man? There's nothing wrong with being a recluse. And humans are bloody annoying. Vitamin B, yeah, I take a whole host of vitamins, man. Yeah, vitamin B, D, B12 I've been taking. I take E, vitamin E that is. I take a multi. Yeah. Carpal tunnel in both hands, moderate to severe in both hands. Oh shit, man, carpal tunnel. Yeah, I had really bad RSI, man, in my right for like 4 to 5 years. I had really bad RSI, and it's from this act. Well, what I believed was just on a mouse all the time doing this, and once I changed to one of these. I tried loads of different stuff, unbelievable amount of like different pads and rests and all this crap, loads of stuff. And nothing worked. And I changed to one of these, and in less than 2 weeks, I had absolutely no pain in my wrist, and I've never had any since. Now I have got loads of numbness and stuff, but yeah. But I am getting it checked out. I had a phone appointment with a neurologist, which wasn't that useful to be honest. But I've got an appointment booked, or a referral to the neurologist again when we come out of this situation and actually go and see him. So, yeah, I am getting it checked out, man. I'm not just letting it be. Definitely not. Yeah. Oh, she's a police as well. Jesus. One of those jobs where you need your hands. Jesus. Yeah, I dig the trackball, man. Yeah, I like it. I'm trying to remember not to go like, oh yeah, or anything, because it's got metal on the bottom of it. But yeah, I really like it. It took me about a week to get used to, and for the first 5 days I was going, this is ridiculous. I can't use this. It's a piece of shit. And I was like, just see it through. And honestly, got about 5 days in, and it was cool. I was just like, oh, okay, yeah. It just felt like I've been using it all the time, man. It's wicked. She has to wear a brace. Oh, a brace on her wrists. Brace on her wrists, you mean? I'm guessing you mean on her wrist, because that's where she's got the issue. But yeah, I've got to get it checked out, man. Jesus, it's like I'm an audio-visual technician for live events, day to day. So, like the amount of lifting and stuff, I can't have my hand going numb when I'm lifting like 100 kilo projector or something and just slam it into the floor. It's like, so our hands aren't numb while sleeping. Wake up with no feeling at all. Oh, fucking hell, man. Doesn't sound great. I mean, mine's not that bad, but I know how annoying it is, man. I'm walking around and this finger's numb and stuff, and it's just like, you just keep shaking it. You're like, oh, for God's sake, it's so frustrating. And then when I started getting it in my arm, then you don't start just like, it's not frustrating then, it's like worrying you, like going, oh God, my arm's numb. You're like, it's like, oh, yeah, it's not great. But so is that like permanent? Is she going to be cool, or is there something they can do for her, or is she just got to wear the brace on her wrist all the time? I don't really know much about carpal tunnel, so hopefully it's something they can do, man. Cause, God, I understand how frustrating that is going to be. Jesus. 6 flat line across the bottom, 6. And these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, I thought I was one short earlier when I was counting them up, but I can't count for shit, so. Yeah, honestly, definitely look at a trackball, man. If you use a mouse a lot, just get one. But my sister was having a few issues. Like, she was going, oh, my wrists are hurting and that, I'm using my computer too much. And I'm like, get a trackball. I had an old one. This I've bought. The other one was a bit beaten up. It still works, but I gave it to her and I was like, just use it for a week. Just use it for a week. And she used it and she was like, oh my God, I'm not changing it. That's it. And it's like, once you use it, it's like, freaking, definitely, it's cool. It's definitely worth a go, mate. Definitely. Compression of the nerve, it's either cortisone injection or surgery. Okay. And the surgery kind of gets rid of it if it goes well, hopefully, or what's the outcome with that? All negative on that side. Cleaning out the area around the nerve. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't understand the actual like physical sort of thing with carpal tunnel. it sounds like what you're saying, it's like some sort of build-up around the nerve then in that case, that's kind of interfering with it or stopping it functioning or something. Okay, it's outpatient. Okay, so it means it's not very intrusive and she's only in and out to do it or something. Well, I don't know, surgery on your wrist is kind of intrusive, isn't it? But God, I've got so many of those plastic cases, man. I bought all my 25Rs in these cases because I was like, in fact, Gyro will know because I was speaking to Gyro when I ordered them. As with everything, I just went like hell for leather and just went, oh, they're cheap, I'll buy them. I didn't even know what an e-bike battery was, and I was like, I just need loads of them. And I just, yeah, impatient, freaking impatient. Anyway, so I bought them all in these because I was like, I'll buy a load, and I'm gonna I've got these single cases, I'm gonna sell them to people, and I'll make enough money back, so they've paid for my battery, yay! And when I got them all, you can't actually post them in the UK. You're not allowed to. You have to have like a deal with like an actual courier company, not like just the Royal Mail service. They don't let you post them. They're dangerous. So I was like, oh shit, man. And then it was an extra 5p per case, but it's more that I have to keep opening them up to get all this stuff out. Anyway, throw it down there. It's a nightmare. So how much is the weight of the battery completely? That is a good question. I did know this detail, but I've completely forgot it. These are, how heavy are these? These are like 45 grams or something, I think. Something like that. What is there? There's 84 of them. There's probably someone better at math than me in here that will work that out. 84 in total in this pack, and I think they're 45 grams each. You can find out online, but this weighs nothing. This, where did I put that? Jesus, where did I put that massive lump of metal that's balances the battery? Oh God, where have I put that? I have no idea where I've put the... oh, it's in the case. This way is what? Let me compare it. 300 grams, maybe? I reckon. Something like that. 300 grams-ish. Maybe less than that. Maybe 250. Please don't say a mountain stone. Oh God, no. No, I don't. I don't know where you're from. Obviously, I'm from the UK with my accent, but yeah, I only use stone for weighing myself, and I don't actually use that anymore. I refer to it in kilos now. So yeah. Charger is here. I ordered the charger because I just needed it to come quick from is that Vruzen? Which is that the guy who does the it's definitely a Chinese charger. Is there any chargers that aren't Chinese? I'm not sure. It's like I ordered it from, it said Vruzen on eBay, so and that's the guy that, is it Michael? I don't know, the guy who wrote the e-bike book and stuff and that. Yeah, that's the charger, 58.8 volts at 4 amps. Input output 4 amps, yeah. Heard a guy say stone. Why would you measure a battery like this in stone anyway? Yeah, it's about a stone, 2 stone. That's the only people who use, I don't know. Stone is just like when you're telling someone how much a boxer weighs, isn't it, or something? I don't know. XT60 on the end of it, which I am getting rid of. I don't know whether you were here at the start of the stream and I was explaining. I've got this connector instead. I'm putting this on it. Beast. This is a Nutric PowerCon True 1 top connector. It's an IP65 connector with a rubber gland on the back and a sealed I like it just because it's all this is sealed in. You can't touch stuff on it or that. And then I'm also I've got a box of crap here that I'm not even looking at it. I'm just fudging my hand through it and probably breaking stuff. Anyway, yeah. So that's the connector I'm using. So that will sit in the side of the battery box, and this is a sealed connection. When it goes in, it's got a rubber gland inside, which you can't see in here, but in the bottom it's got a rubber gland that seals around this. So it'll take a heavy shower. They use it in the industry I work in, which is why I picked it really, because I just know it. It's rated for 20 amps, 250 volts, I think. Yeah, it'd be 250, 240, wouldn't it? Because it's UK, I guess, or whatever. Yeah, and then there's a like a waterproof flap thing that fits around it that makes it IP65 thingy. 58 volts is the AC. 58 volts is DC, it's the output. AC is 100 to 240, so it'll be 240 because UK. Obviously it'll be 110, is it, for US, I think? So yeah, output is 58 volts DC, I guess. Yeah. At 4 amps, which is cool. What's that? 15. What's this? This battery's 15 amp hours, I think. I'm a noob to lithium ion packs. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too, mate. I am in no way. This, by the way, this is not like a tutorial. This is not like, hey, I'm going to tell you how to build one of these, because I don't really know. I'm just building it. Obviously, I've done a lot of research and I've looked at a lot of stuff, but I honestly don't know. I don't know. You know, I don't know everything by a long fucking stretch, really. So, I'm allowed to swear on YouTube, aren't I? They're not going to turn me off or something. I don't know. Maybe they will. They cut my stream if I say naughty words. Anyway. Hopefully my mum doesn't watch this. Sorry, Mum. Apologise. You can give me a clip round here when you see me. I'll take it. I've been taking it for long enough. It's fine. Oh, do you know what? It's really nice to actually see this battery in its finished form. I like the way this is looking. I'm just trying to go easy here and just trying to ease it on because I don't want to scratch up the outer wraps and stuff. Obviously on negative, it's just not good. It's not gonna make a massive difference because all the sides are all together and it's all negative, so it's not the end of the world if I do clip something, but I'd just rather not. I want to keep it nice and tidy and not have scratches and stuff and ripped wraps and stuff like that, you know. Let's have a look. What you're saying. Is that like a key? Oh, you were talking about the power thing, sorry. No, it's just, literally, it's just the, I'm going to change this connector for the one on the charger. So I'm going to swap it for the XT60. So it's just a pos and neg connection out of here. I'm just going to change it onto that one. So that sits on there. And then it's just the plug for the charger. This is the socket that will be connected positive and negative to the battery. Through the BMS as well, but yeah. And then charger just goes in for charging battery. That's all it's for. It's a bit overkill to have an IP65. Am I going to charge it in the rain? Probably not. But is there a chance that I'm somewhere and it runs out and I'm like, oh, I need to use the power, and someone runs me a lead outside while I'm outside a shop or something or whatever, and I just go quick bang it in, like, you know, so and I ain't got to worry about it. And it's not much. It's like £10 or something I paid for it. DC, okay, I didn't know if LiPo batteries could be charged with AC. I don't think so. I'm not big on electricity either, but I don't think so. I think it's DC only, because they're DC power sources, aren't they? So I think you're okay as long as you don't say it's family child friendly. No, I'd put it that it wasn't child friendly, the stream anyway, just in case, I suppose. I think weight should be 3.7 kilo if genuine cells. Okay, cool. Nice one. Yeah. Sound. Yeah, feels about right. 3 bags of sugar. What did you say? 3.7? 4 bags of sugar? Yeah, that's probably about right, actually. Yeah, I would agree with that. Sounds good. Just about to do the same myself. Daughter keeps robbing my e-bike. Luckily, my daughter's 4 years old, so she's not going to be robbing my e-bike. But if I build a few more of them, I'm sure she'll probably end up robbing it at some point. I'm just getting these flattened down. That's good, because I was concerned whether this was going to be a tight fit and I'd have to tape it to death to actually keep it together while I was doing stuff. But this is actually so tight that I'm quite happy to just leave the pack. In fact, I'll be honest with you, that feels that tight that I'd be happy to leave the pack without taping this way around across here to actually keep this together. That feels solid. Oh, and it looks beautiful. Look at it. Oh, for the grocery store. Let's see the rest of the stream. Oh, cool, man. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it, mate. Take it easy. Yeah, I guess this gets uploaded after, so you can like watch it after if you want to watch me ramble for however long while building a battery. Yeah, cool. So nice. I like it. I'm just gonna sit here and look at it. Just kiss it quickly off camera. Oh, there you go. Lovely. Oh, mate, yes, lovely. Okay, so what I was also gonna do is, this is going to be after, but I've got some foam. It's only like, I think it's like 2 or 3 mil foam stuff, and I've cut it the other day to the width of in between these plastic connectors. It's just going to get wrapped all the way around in some way. I might even just touch it with a bit of glue all the way around or something like that. I don't want this to be too sealed up, do you know what I mean? Because if I've got to get in, that's the whole idea of using these and not gluing it together with hot glue like a lot of people do. The whole idea is putting this cell structure on here to hold it in place. Is if I need to, I can just rip a corner off, and I can break this open and put bits back on it if I need to change stuff out, like, you know. So I just like the idea of it being accessible instead of like some people like I'm not planning on shrink wrapping it. I don't think, because some people like just plaster it in foam and shrink wrap and everything. I want it to be protected and that. I've got Captain tape to go over, which I'll probably just put on all the stuff once it's welded. And then I'll probably just put this on. I might put a bit of this foam on the outside just to stop it getting bumped. But I do have, and I'll cut a piece off the reel because I'm not going to get the reel out of it. But I do have this as well, which I'm planning on putting around the edge. So I've got this stuff, which is like a sticky backed neoprene foam, closed cell foam, which is going to probably go, let's get that out of the way, it's probably going to go around here as well, maybe 2 strips of it all the way around, or even right on the edge, do you know what I mean? Just so this is my bump connect. Sort of shock absorber thing, do you know what I mean? Just so this inside the battery box, yeah, it doesn't get bumped too much. What to say, but I might have to build a new one. Have 2x 64 volt packs from a BMW hybrid. Jeez, wow. So what do they use in a BMW hybrid? They use this sort of cell, like a Tesla uses it's a form of 18650s. It is an 18700 or something like that. Is it the same in those packs? Is it small cells all paralleled and series together? Or they're like big flat packs, like a Leaf looks like it's they're big chunky flat packs and stuff. What are those cells like? You break them apart. Are you planning to break them apart? Or you're just using them like that. You're using 264 volts. Jeez. Paralleled. It's going to be 64 volt, not 128 or something, no? 128, God. I don't think I'll ever build something like that. I'm not. Yeah, I will definitely blow myself up. I'll kill myself if I do something like that, so I'm just not going to do it. this is kind of going to be the level I'm building stuff at, I think, forever and a day. I might do like one bigger pack, maybe do like a 72 volt pack, maybe. I'm not really bothered about the speed, to be honest, and going like ridiculously fast and stuff like that, you know. So this seems good anyway. I like this. This is good. So that is now that. Ta-da! Let's put it in the shot. I keep forgetting that you can't see some of this table. Excuse me. Did I drink all my tea? I did drink all my tea. Drank all my tea. Oh, bloody hell. I've seen a lot of people say that I should be like, probably it's good to go over this and just wipe all the connection, all the pods and negs with a bit of alcohol, just to clean stuff off from me doing this and fingerprinting and stuff. What do you guys think about that? Drink of water. Is that a good idea or what? I'll probably do it just because there's no reason not to, I suppose, is there? But yeah. Let's get rid of this. Nickel. I have got as well, which I was dubious about because I bought this from God knows where. And it said proper nickel, 100% nickel, and I did the test that everyone talks about, scratching it up and putting it in salt water, see if it gains any rust on it or anything, but it didn't. It seemed good, so I'm guessing this is proper nickel too, and this is the same. I believe this is 8 by 1.5 as well. So I have got all these pre-cut. I'm wondering, I bought this for it, so whether to just use this and this as a backup and stuff, really. But Samsung cells, 6" by 1" in a sealed aluminium. Need to break all the cells out, but scared. Yeah, Jesus, I'll probably feel the same about that, to be honest, mate. Yeah, it's probably a big job. They're probably like they're sealed in with something as well, like some sort of, you know, like epoxy or some sort of gel or something. They're all stuck together with. It's probably just a. Not only that, it's probably a big old job as well, isn't it? Right, I'm going to hook up. In fact, I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put that over the top of it. And just put it to the back slot. What I'm going to do first is I did clean this earlier, but I'll just double take on it. It's not be silly. Put that on there. Should fit on there actually. I'll draw it around it. So. Ta-da! Get the spot welder. Spot welder. Here it is. The Malectrix Arduino spot welder, which a lot of people are using. I've only used it to do a couple of tests and stuff, bits and pieces. Yeah, I've used it to fix a few things that had batteries in it. I fixed the Bluetooth speaker and stuff, so I haven't really used it a lot. But it's quite straightforward. It's not difficult at all, and I'm just going to bring this into shot so you can see it. I do have a lipo for it. I've got lipos, these lipos here. I do have these, which I first used when I got it, but they're quite small. I needed something that was like over 100C. The guy told me when I bought it. I think it's over 100C. He said. To 150C or something like that, but I needed like a 500 milliamp hour one really, to get the amount of amps out of it, so I had to buy two and parallel them basically, which is what that is. So I bought them two and paralleled them together, which I've used before, and it gets like 480 amps out of it, I think. 484 amps on the out the spot welder from those two. So, but it works fine. It works fine. I'm just I bought some nickel plated copper, because that's what I wanted to use to do this battery. I wanted to use nickel plated copper, but I couldn't get this spot welder to weld it to a battery. It did, but it was really hit and miss. Like sometimes it was good connection, and let's say 25% of the time it was a good connection, and the other 75% it was shitty connection. So I just didn't. Yeah. I just had to can it. I did a lot of things as well. Like I'll show you these. Like a lot of people, I just couldn't get it to weld, and a lot of people were saying, I've read a lot of stuff in forums, and they were saying, oh, you should use tungsten tips for it. So I bought some tungsten rod and built these leads. Built these leads myself. As you can tell by the gnarly bent ends on them, I've soldered it all inside and crimped it and stuff. But yeah, it didn't make any difference. In fact, these just stuck to the nickel plated copper a lot more. So I've got them. I could probably use them. I haven't tested it with normal nickel. They're probably cool, so they'll get some use at some point, I guess. And I can always chop them down and just put the copper tips on anyway. So I switched back to these, which is just standard copper tips that come with the with the welder. So, and I'm running it. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm running it on this currently. Oh my god, it's heavy. Just so you can probably see it better. So this is obviously a car battery that I'm running it on, and it's a what do they call it? Cold cranked amps or something like that. Basically, the amp draw that you can get out is a maximum, and this is 600, as it says. And I bought this to see if changing to this battery would make a difference to welding the nickel plated copper, and it didn't. It didn't make any difference whatsoever. In fact, this I can only get pretty much the same ampage draw out of this when I'm welding. I can get only the same ampage draw out of that anyway, so it didn't make any difference whatsoever. So it's like 60 British pounds for a it's a decent one. It's the one that Malectrix has got in some of the pictures, so I thought I'll just get the same one instead of wondering which one I should get. Yeah, it's the same one basically, and it didn't make any difference at all. So I've just got a car battery, so I'll just use it. Is this stream like laggy or anything as well? Because I was testing it and it seemed alright, but I didn't know if it was like if the picture was lagging and stuff. I know my webcam is not the greatest webcam in the world, because it's just like my webcam. It's like 720p, pretty cruddy Logitech thing. But yeah. I'm not a professional, so I don't think I need one. I'll show you this when I've connected it up. I'm just connecting it off screen at the moment. Let's put those on there. I will drag it in as much as possible. You'll see this come to life now. Try and keep it connected while I'm trying to screw it down. I don't think it does it the world of good to be just keep turning on and off while I'm trying to screw the connection to it, basically. There we go, solid connection. Love it. Plus I'm not dealing with the LiPo, so it's just, I don't know, is it safe? I mean, more than likely I would say. LiPos go up in flames. I mean, maybe these do as well. I don't know enough about batteries to tell you, but there it is. It's connected. It's connected just like just like that on the other side. Basically, you can't see it, but yeah, it is. Trust me, it is. That's it. It's really simple. There's like, I don't know if you can actually see this or not, but it says auto pulse at the top, which is the auto pulse means you put the two welding rods, if you like, or probes, or whatever you call them, on the battery and the nickel, and it waits for that. It waits for a duration of it being touched before it fires. That's the way I've got it set. So I've got it set to 1.2 seconds. So if I touch it on the battery, both the pos and the neg, if I hold it there for 1.2 seconds, it automatically fires a weld. That's the way I've got it set. You can hook up a foot switch to this. I didn't do that because I just didn't see a point. I was like, I'm not going to hook a foot switch to it. I'll just, when I'm ready to weld, I'll just touch it. So that's what I did. Then it's got the pulse duration. It's got a battery alarm, which you can set it to what voltage it starts beeping and telling you that the battery's low. But it's also got a battery meter on the screen. You can see it roughly in that corner there. Yeah, so short pulse time. I don't know what short pulse time does, to be honest. Then the weld duration, which is at the moment down as 20 milliseconds, you just adjust it for how many milliseconds you want the actual pulse to last, basically. Set as 20 at the moment. I haven't done any testing with this, and I'm not going to go straight onto this battery and start just welding stuff. I've got some bed cells that I tested before. I've tested out previously out of an old laptop battery. Cheap Chinese crap things that are all 0 volts. And actually Panasonic CGR 18650s, but they are dead and they are like 0 volts, so I just use these just to do some test welds on. And I have admittedly blown straight through some of the positives on these just for setting it too high when I was testing stuff, but they are 0 volts and I haven't died, so I think it's okay. Yeah, so I'm going to check out. We'll just do the negative seems to take a longer pulse than the positive on every cell I've tried. The negative, like, whereas you'll get the same weld on the negative as the positive, is like it takes 30 milliseconds on the negative, let's say, and it takes 20 milliseconds on the positive. The positive is much more prone to like burning up or burning through. Do you know what I mean? It's you have to be careful on the positive, from what I've noticed. Yeah, the welder is connected directly to the battery. Absolutely, yeah. Let me just I'll pull it back in. I'll pull it all the way in for you, in fact. Hang on a sec. Let me just hold on to the probes separately. Put it all the way in. There you go. That is exactly how it's connected. Positive, red, goes to the fuse, and the negative goes into the actual welder, but direct. Same with the LiPo. If it's the LiPo, it's just a LiPo connector that's into an XT90, and it's just a positive and negative straight into the LiPo. Yeah, it's a direct connection. Like I say, it does have a fuse, that fuse in it. It does have a fuse in this fuse here, which I think is 300 amp fuse it's got in it. This fuse here, inside here, is like a, I don't know what it's used for. It's a massive, just a big chunky gold black plastic thing. But it's a beefy fuse. Anyway, whatever it's used for usually. Maybe some of you peeps know. But same with the yeah, so there's how it would connect with the LiPo. It's exactly the same thing. Positive and negative into an XT90. Same thing, and that just goes straight into the LiPo. Yes. So I think I'm going to get a bit of this and test it, because I'm probably going to chop this up and use it instead of using the other stuff, because this is what I got this for. Sorry, I keep holding things out of the camera, and I realise like 2 seconds later I'm not showing it to you. So you've got to be careful with these, man. This is just gonna. This is one of the reasons I was thinking, oh, I might just use these flat strips, because this is just gonna want to unravel itself. So I'm probably gonna get a bit of tape. Let me draw. Just put a bit of tape on it to start with, just to stop it. Winding just loose like that. Let's just get a tab off here and chop it. I think I could probably just chop it with scissors, but I've got some snips. It's really soft and thin anyway. You can cut it with whatever. You can probably cut it with scissors, to be honest. Yeah, and let's just make a habit of putting that in there, shall we? Looking, because I've also got my little video microscope, which might be handy to look at these welds. You might be able to see it better once I've done it. So yeah, 20 milliseconds. We are currently on 20 milliseconds. There's a bit of a nickel on the bottom of that that's stopping it sitting on the desk properly. When I first started looking at like doing batteries and stuff, I was like, bought a load of old laptop batteries. I was like, oh, I'll salvage all the cells. Man, do you know how much work it is to salvage cells out of laptop? Freaking hell, out of laptop batteries, it's ridiculous. Mine has no case connected, on direct, no cable, and 740 amps. Oh right, cool. Which what spot welder have you got? 740 amps. Is that what the spot welder delivers? Because that might weld my nickel-plated copper. Not for this battery now, because I'm past that, but that's just might be a good thing to know in the future. So, on it goes, tab goes on, and then it's as simple as hold it, bink, go on, standby. Oh, it's gone into standby. How useful. There we go. And try again. There we go. I've probably got my hands in the way, so you probably didn't see that anyway. I'll try and do one where it doesn't. I haven't got my hands in the way, so you can actually see what's going on. You may have caught that, hopefully. Sticks to it a little bit sometimes. That is solid. That's 20 milliseconds. And that's on the positive, which is actually going to be easier to weld to, but let me see if I can get it in here. I'm going to say you'll have to bear with me because I've got a I'll see if I can switch to this and get it in the actual same as yours. Yeah, same as mine. Alright, you're getting 740 amps delivered from it. What battery are you using? Out of interest. Let me see if I can switch to this. Hang on. Hopefully you guys are going to see this. Boom. You're probably a little bit delayed, so maybe hopefully you'll get that. Yeah, so you can see that those are the welds in there done. That obviously that bend in it is just where I've tried to yank the hell out of it to get off, and it doesn't come off. So it's not just hammered through the nickel completely or anything. It's not just quite close to the edge there on that one, I think, but it's not like blown it out completely. I've had some ones where I've definitely like blown the positive apart basically when I was testing it. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty solid. I'm happy with that. If that hits these batteries, and I'm going to test it on one of these because I've got spares. In fact, I'm going to test it on this one, which I've starred because I was doing some heavy amp pull tests from this with some power resistors and stuff. Set up a little power resistor around. I was doing some amp pull tests from it. I'll show it to you quickly. Simply like this. This is just some copper out of some twin and earth cable, like electrical cable. And I just set them up like that and screwed and fixed them to an aluminium heatsink. And then just run it through there basically. And this was my power resistor to test amp draws on some of these cells. I was just testing it out with this one, to be honest. I think I did a 15 amp continuous draw test on this cell, just as an individual. Obviously this is completely different depending on voltage. It changes because this is like 3.7 nominal, so when you go up to 58 then it's going to be completely different resistors and stuff. In fact, they're going to be massive. I did look at the resistor to test this battery as a whole unit. It's £50. I still consider doing it actually. It's £50 to buy that resistor, and it's a big old resistor. It's massive. It fits on this tabletop. It's like probably bigger than it will fit in this camera. And I thought about doing I calculated it to do a 30 amp draw test from it, which is the max draw from the controller, just as a test to look at my welds and my nickel and stuff. Still might do that, but yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was also going to do I think I calculated for a 12 volt. I think I calculated a 12 volt pull, a 12 volt series of these batteries for a 30 amp, and I bought these ones, which are a bit chunkier than them ones. I bought them because I was going to do another test, but I haven't actually got round to it, and I was going to screw them to this. I bought this as well, so I bought this heatsink to do that. This piece of chunk stuff. So connect all of them basically and use them as a power resistor to test. But like I say, it's not the actual voltage of the battery and stuff, so it's worth doing. I was just interested more than anything. I think on that 15 amp pull I got the battery got up to maybe 45 degrees, I think it was. I was measuring the temp. I've got a temp probe on my flute meter, and I was doing that. So must be a newer version welder or will blow. Battery is, I think, a VW Part 915 5B. Just checked bottom. Top start battery. Okay. Yeah, maybe it's the battery that pulls, because you can get a reading out. In fact, I'll do that. I'll get a reading out of this now, and I'll tell you what it's actually pulling amps wise. Just chop that. I'll be careful chopping bits of metal over this desk at the moment, because I don't just want shards and shavings of metal all over it. Let's just try that on there. And if you, as you know anyway, David, as you know, with these welders, if you hold it down, it gives you the amp. It gives you the amp rating for what it's pulled, basically. So let's. Oh, didn't hold it. I said it not 2 seconds before and still didn't hold it. And then I keep holding it, and it will give you a rating. Okay, so it's just said volts during pulse 3.9 volts, estimated amps 456.3 amps for that last pulse. Yeah, and that on the negative is also solid. That is super solid. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that as 20 milliseconds. That is just not coming off. I'll show you. That's when you know it's pretty solid. I'll show you that under there as well. Hang on a sec. I'll show you that under there. You can see that it's actually. Wait for it to stop wobbling like jello. You can see that it's actually that little piece there is a bit of the nickel that's left on it from when I've just pulled it, and that's part of the, I think those are the 4 welds, so that one there, that one there, that one there, and that one there, I believe. The smaller ones are from the ones I pulled off prior, the manufacturer's welds. So, as you can see, that's a filthy toothpick that I was using the other day to try and fix a cordless drill, if you were wondering. What's he pointing with? Yeah, cool. Let's go back. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. That's cool. I don't need to test any of those other batteries. I'm happy that that is absolutely solid. 20 milliseconds seems good for this. I'm now going to test it. Shouldn't make any difference whatsoever, but I'm going to test it on a 25R just to see. So, give me nickel in my life. I'm going to throw that bit. I'm going to just get a little snip more. I'll get a snip so I can try and pull it as well. In fact, I'll get 2 snips because I'll put one on the negative side as well, test it. Make sure that's ready. So here we go. Let's try and get it around about how I want it, like 4 spaced out, kind of good. See, that's the thing, you need to try to do it so you can see it as well, but it's quite difficult, especially if I want to get it in the right place. That seemed a little bit not as strong as the previous, just from the feel. You can tell because yeah, it sticks to it as well, and when you do it, the nickel actually, like the nickel bends. Like when you're pressing it down, as soon as it fires, it's like it like torts, goes tight against it. You can see it when it's got a solid weld, you know. That's solid, that is. That's not coming off. And it's never going to get that sort of force while it's on the bike. The most force it's going to get is something like this. And not even that much movement, do you know what I mean? It's not going to get that much movement. It's going to move as one, so you're not going to get this. And that, if I can't pull that off, it ain't coming off when it's wrapped and in a battery box. There's just no way. There's 20 milliseconds on the positive. I'll show you that. And this had obviously this had no welds on it prior to just doing it. It was a clean, brand new battery, so here we go. Let's have a look at that. You can see that. There is little bits of nickel left on it. I mean, it's a solid weld. I'm telling you, it's a solid weld. I can see it, yeah, you can probably see it as well with that, so hopefully that's a good view for you all. Get rid of them bits. Right, let's try the negative. Positive usually sticks easier, as I said before, so this negative may take, and it's been said to me many times, I'm going to try and do the negative all the way across like that. That's how I'm going to try and do it, so you can't see it. If I tilt it against the light, you can see it. I'm going to do it all the way across, and I'm going to get 2 welds on this side and 2 welds on this side. I'm going to avoid the middle. Just a lot of the stuff I've read say just avoid the middle. It's where the roll comes to like a tight. It's where the center of the roll is basically, because this is just one big roll of cathode, anode, and electrolyte stuff. So yeah, it's just said avoid the middle, so that's what I'm doing. I don't know the actual mechanics of the whole thing, but okay. So on and hold. There it is. And let's move to the far side, avoiding the middle, which is exactly what I'm going to do on the battery. I'll try and tilt that against the light so you can see it, because it's... And go. There's another one. In fact, I'll quickly show you that under there as well, so you can actually see that welded. Because that is exactly how I'm going. Let me get it in position. That's exactly how I'm going to weld them. I'm going to avoid the middle and do two either side. I think that's what I'm going to go for. That's what I decided a while back. Yeah, something like that basically. I could put 6 on it. I don't really see the need. If it's solid with with the 4 spots on it, I don't see the need to do 6 really. As in like 3 welds, I don't see the need. Sometimes you get like sometimes the weld will be good on one side but not on the other. But they seem solid all the way around. They seem solid across all 4 basically. So I'm going to leave it like that. An hour and 20 minutes. Is that how long I've been sitting here? My mouth is dry actually. That's kind of makes sense. Drink of water. Better. I don't know how much I'm going to do tonight, to be honest, guys. I'm probably just going to do a little bit, maybe 2 or 3 banks, and then I'll leave it because I want to go and chill out as well, to be honest. What is it? 10 to 10 UK. Jesus. Yeah, that's cool though. Doing a bit of testing. Showed you some stuff, and I'll do another one of these whenever I'm doing it. I'll just do another live stream and like carry on basically, so you can check it out. You know, this is the thing that needs to be welded now. Let's leave that tab on that one. Put it back in the case. In fact, should we pull that off? I'm going to pull that off because it's going to be a nightmare to get out with that on. And there it is, gone. And that is left bits of weld on there as well, so that is a good connection. 20 milliseconds seems good for this. I like it. I'm happy with that. That is what I'm going to use on this whole battery, unless it starts to tell me a different story when I start welding. I realise that I've got to just place this somewhere here. Try and get the light just not hitting it. Absolutely, that's hard with metal, isn't it? But anyway. I also need to get it in a position where I'm comfortable welding it instead of just benefiting you looking at it, unfortunately. So, I don't know whether I should... Let's look at the schematic as well. I don't know whether I should just be going straight across with one piece across there. And then, you know, or across there and across there, or... These are the series connections. This one, this one, this one, this one. And 2 across the bottom, as you see on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double on the bottom, 1 across those 2. I don't think it makes a difference. That's what I need to see, actually. I need to see how that's going to weld with 2 on top of it, you know. In fact, that is something I'm going to test before I continue here. I'm going to test double welding to the top of that Samsung battery, that 25R. I'm just going to test it out because I haven't seen that yet, and it's something I want to see before I carry on. Just did a check, not sure if link works. What do you mean? What, the link? Which link? Link for not fully charged. So I'm not following you, David. Sorry, I don't know what you were referring to. Just did a check. Not sure if the link works. We might have been talking about something, and I've completely forgot what it was. Not sure if the link works. wait, because I think there's a delay on the stream anyway of like 10, 20 seconds or something, because I'm looking at the stream window up here and it's doing something I did a minute ago, so I'll wait. But I'm just going to I'm going to double weld this while I'm waiting, and hopefully you'll come back to me and tell me what we're talking about, or what you're referring to. So let's do a double weld to this. Come into the centre. It's gone into standby, hasn't it? Of course it has. Take it out, standby, and weld. Boom. Go. Boosh. Boosh. Do you know what? It'd be so much better with music doing this stuff, but from what I see, YouTube just doesn't let you have music on at all. It's like, but Twitch lets you have music on. I don't get it. I see people on Twitch all the time, and they've got, like, you know, the radio on and stuff in the background. I don't get it. Whoa! Now that is something you don't want to do. There's one for the stream. I blasted through into the negative, I think. Did I? I don't know. What happened there? I think I missed it. No, I missed it completely. I missed the positive. Okay. I'm not dead. It's fine. Okay, so that's kind of important then, yeah? Right. Okay, then. Jesus! Go for the centre, not for the edge. I think I slipped a little bit. That's what it was. There we go. That's better. Okay, I'm happy with that, because that's yeah. I'm happy with that. That's double welding, okay. It's exactly the same as it was. Tested the welder, showed 2 seconds. Sorry about that, my wife was just speaking to me. Tested welder showing 720 amps and think 6 volts photo. Oh, I don't see a photo. Maybe I need to okay a link to be posted or something. I don't see a link, so yeah. Yeah. Tested welder showing 720 amps, I think, and think 6 volts. Oh, okay, sorry, yeah, I'm with you. Sorry, cool. 720 amps, okay. Okay, cool. Oh, I need to take down... I guess I can get back to this chat after and I can look at that battery code, because that's interesting. Quite interested in that battery that does 720 amps. I wonder if that would make a difference. I wonder. Yeah, that's worth checking out. So that was the one spark for the night anyway, but that seems good. That's a double weld, which I'm going to need to do on them. I may need to do a triple weld on some of them, but I'm not too sure. Well, I will, won't I? Because it will cross over from the parallels and it'll also go into the series. So I'm going to need to do triple welds on some of them, I think. Unless I plan out a way that I don't have to do that. No, it's definitely going to have to do it on one of them. It's definitely going to have to happen on probably on this corner one or something. Yeah. So maybe it's worth testing that. I'm going to test it anyway. I'm going to test it. I should have tested this on a dead battery, shouldn't I? Probably wouldn't have sparked like that if I'd have tested it on a dead battery. It wouldn't have even bothered. 0 volts, but hey ho. It's tested now, isn't it? So maybe that's probably a good reason to use the foot pedal, because maybe I slipped and I wasn't ready. So let's try that. Okay, I'm just going to do one just to try that out. Triple weld still good. Yeah. Oh, maybe a bit lighter actually, that triple weld. I'm going to show you this spark mark on the. I'm going to show you this spark mark on the. I think it's literally that I missed. I missed the positive and the nickel spark together, because I'll tell you what, there's 2 marks on this pad that you probably can't see. No, you can't see, they're off camera down here. That I tested this welder out when I first got it, and I just put it on a couple of bits of nickel and just went, as it would, obviously, nothing to take the load straight through, just a bit of thin nickel, and it sparked everywhere, and put 2 burn holes in the mat, and I was like, okay, I need to have a look at how I should be using this before I just start doing tests like that. Yeah, that's why I said this is not a tutorial. This is just me building something. Oh, I'm going to show you this. Hang on a sec. Hang on. Yeah, that could have gone bang, to be honest. Check that out. I've missed it here. So I've missed the weld there. This is just a burn mark. It hasn't actually gone through the ring here. This is just the burn mark from it. But yeah, that is just dicey. I can't be doing that. I can't be doing that when I'm building this. That's no good. No bueno. Put this back. Okay, I think that's cool anyway. I'm cool with that. Let's see. Get rid of this nickel. Sorry, I was just chatting with my wife again. Yeah, so I think you are losing all your amps on the cable from the welder to the battery. Diddling. Yeah, I do. I see what you're saying, but that cable is a new addition for me because I was swapping it round. I added a cable to it. I did have it directly, at least the negative, like the welder end, as in not the fuse side, the positive. The welder I did have connected direct to the battery, and it didn't make any difference. And I can't connect the positive. I guess yours, you don't have the positive connected directly to the battery where the fuse is. You've got a cable connected as well, because I don't see a way you could do that otherwise. But I had the welder connected directly to the battery before, and it didn't. Still wasn't getting more than about 500 amps. I think the most I got was like 512 or something, maybe something like that. Yeah, something like that. Now the question is I'm gonna rub these with a bit of alcohol, but I'm just not sure what I should be using to rub them, to be honest. I'm using just a bit of kitchen towel. I'm using just some isopropyl. Just to clean them up. Make sure I get some. I don't want it to like affect the. Hopefully it doesn't affect the little round stickers I've got on the positive. You know. Hopefully it doesn't do anything to them either. I'm only going to do a few tonight anyway, I think. So I'll just clean them off and we'll see where we get to. Let's have a look. So I want to measure it something like that. I wonder if the scissors are going to cut this better. I might destroy my scissors, but I can handle destroying a pair of scissors per battery. Oh, this feels cleaner, like that. Jesus, I need to pick that up. Oh, my aching bones. Getting old, man. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to I'm going to start on here. Just do this one. Probably do that one. Should I do that and that? Yeah. Who knows? Who knows the answers to these questions? How long is that? I'm going to measure it. Okay, just under 5 centimeters. Yeah, 'cause if I do that, all these. That goes to there. So it's positive to negative all this side, isn't it? Would you cut it shorter? I might cut it shorter. Don't like it overlapping like that, if I'm honest. Better that it's cut shorter, not overlapping. How much difference that's going to make, really, but still. Let's have a go, shall we? Let's have a go. First time ever. Stand by. And it is in standby. I need to click that. It's on. Okay, that seems pretty solid. Also pretty solid. That's the thing there, I'm not going to get 4 in there, am I? Yeah, I got it. Cool. I need to remind myself not to put these scissors near the battery when I'm doing that once I get past this first one, because it's going to end in tears. That's 2, so that's probably going to be the same as the next one I'm going to put on, which is also a 2. I should do all the parallels first anyway, shouldn't I? Yes. Yes, you should. Sorry, I'm cutting those off screen, but that's just because that's what's comfortable currently. I think I will cover this with something as I go, to be honest. Doesn't need to be that. I don't like the fact that it's that long and overlapping when there's no real need for it to be that long. I don't like it. That's better. I prefer that. It's not overlapping into the negative, you know. You just got to take your time, haven't you? Don't rush it. It's going to take a while, but that is absolutely fine. Don't mind it taking a while. I might go all the way up there with that. Instead of using that one. Just a smaller target on the positive, you know. I think when you get to doing the negative, you can head for the edges and you're not worried about being near that freaking the casing, you know. God, these get hot pretty quick as well. I'll let you know that much. They get hot pretty quick. I think I should probably do all of this stuff, shouldn't I? Should do another one there maybe. I'll tell you what I'm going to use. I'm going to use a marker to just mark these. I'm doing things like that. Just to quickly get a mark on it. Cut it. So I'm not cutting it 15 times, which is what I foresee myself doing. Put that in the pot. Need to get into a routine, just keeping stuff away from stuff. So it doesn't explode like it did earlier. You know what I mean? Lovely. Like that. Working well. Also working well. Seems good. I'm going to put a little one over there as well. I'll put a little one over there. In fact, did I get that? That was a 3 one, wasn't it? So let's do one like that. Once I've finished doing this, if anyone does watch this and they have got some comments about the way I'm doing this, or something better I could be doing, or something I shouldn't be doing, or anything, please tell me. Because like I say, this is my first time. I don't know really. I mean, I'm doing it to the best of my knowledge currently, but if someone like out there who builds these all the time goes like, oh, you don't want to do that really, I'll probably do this, and I'll go, brilliant, please tell me. I want to know that stuff. I'm more than happy for you to tell me that I'm not doing this the right way. It's good, because I'm just going to learn how to do it the right way then. So, oh man, 1 hour and 45 minutes, jeez. Yeah, so I'm going to do all the parallels first. That is what I'm going to do, isn't it? Yes, that is what you're going to do. To be fair, this probably just gets boring at this point, just watching like, okay, oh, it's another weld. Oh, yeah, great. Well done. Nice welding. Didn't kill yourself on that one. Well done. I saw, I watch Andy Kirby's channel as well. Don't know if any of you guys have seen any of that stuff. Andy Kirby from the UK, builds e-bikes and stuff. I watch his channel, and I was watching, because I re-watch like battery builds constantly, because I'm like, okay, my build's coming up. I need to just get the lowdown on what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and stuff. And he used magnets to hold his strip down. He put a magnet and then weld the two up to it, and move the magnet, to hold it in place. Really good idea. But I haven't got any magnets. I need to order some, to be honest. Knowing that, having done this now and like, seeing it, I'm like, okay, that's a really good idea. Avoid the middle. Well done. See, this is, you don't have to be overcautious on the negative end, because it's like there's no positive to to get near to, apart from the one right next to it, obviously. But I mean, like when you're welding, there's nothing to crop you, trip you up almost. I think I need like a white marker to draw lines in between these, so I know what, just to double check on myself before I do stuff. Just need to stop before I weld it. Stop, look at it. Yes, it's right. Yes, I'm doing the right thing. Or I just need to bloody get on with it, to be honest. There is that. There is also that, isn't there? Just freaking get on with it, would you? These are getting warm now. Quite hot, in fact. So I'm going to come across there with 2 pieces as well, just to get all that done. Sent Lick on staff, hope it helps. Oh, cool. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Nice one, David. I will check it out. Definitely. I didn't know you were from the staff forum. Cool. I'm sure it will help in one way or another. So appreciate that. Thank you very much, mate. Are you in the UK then, David? Were you I need to try and avoid that middle as much as possible. Okay. Or are you US or something, or Europe somewhere, or? I mean, I don't know exactly where everyone's from in that staff, but it seems like a lot of us are UK people in there, To be honest, I actually live. I know Vortex lives over Cannock way, and I live 15 minutes from there, I think, something like that. A couple of those guys are from Staffordshire, that is. Which is where Cannock is, and that's where I live. I live in Staffordshire, so not far away from a lot of those people anyway. Yeah. Is the webcam picture really horrible and grainy and crappy, or is it reasonable, or should I think about getting? Well, I've thought about getting a 1080 webcam instead. Anyway, to be honest, I have thought I need to do that, but just haven't. Well, God, you can't get a 1080 webcam at the moment. They're like double the price. It's ridiculous. Like, it's like a £60 webcam and people want 120 quid for it. It's like, what? What are you talking about? I'm not sure this rubbing with alcohol makes any difference, really. Unless I've, just been baking a cake and I come and try to flipping put this nickel on, you know what I mean? It's got like sponge mixture all over it. I don't think it really matters. Yeah, a magnet would actually be useful, to be honest. It's a really, really good idea, and it's one I've most definitely overlooked, and I should have. I'm going to go for the middle first, I think. Doing quite close together on these positives. That's better. Seems alright. I'm going to finish this one and I'm going to call it a night, guys. To be honest, I've had a little. I just wanted to get on and have a go at it. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to just have a crack at it, really, get it started. Once the ball's rolling, I'll just be like, oh yeah, I'll just finish that off. I've been kind of just keep asking questions, doing research. Am I doing the right thing and all that? And I think you've just got to get into it sometimes. You just have to get into it. Otherwise, you'll just be walking around in circles thinking about it all the time. And to be honest, October I bought these batteries. Do you know what I mean? I want to ride this bloody bike. Though, to be honest, my main thing is once I've built it, I think I'm going to sell it. I've got to be honest. I think I'm going to sell it once I've built it. Because I've got some gnarly ideas for a big, mean off-road scooter with stupid wheels on it. So I think I might have a crack at something like that. And once I've built the battery, I'll be quite comfortable with doing it. So I'll be like, yeah, I can build the battery for it. It's fine. 4, 5, 6. Where's that schematic? Next one is the negs, which is just one long line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not this one. Definitely not that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. I'm going to do that strip down there, and then I'm going to call it a night. Appreciate everyone dropping in though. That's cool. Just chatting with me, because otherwise I'd just be talking to my bloody self. Going insane. So I do appreciate you coming by. I mean, also the whole thought process behind live streaming it is hopefully, even if it's, because I'll probably do a couple more of these to get this actually finished and stuff, so hopefully some people will jump in who like build these quite often and just go like, oh yeah, this and that, and they can tell me some stuff as I'm going and stuff, so I'm completely open to all of that and very interested to hear it. Straighten this out as much as possible. need to face that fucking probe away from stuff when I'm fucking laying it down. Patience, Chris. Just takes time. Smell burning. Suppose I am welding, so that's fine. Anyone think I should be putting more than 2 spot welds on these? Both of them are welding as well, so it's 4 points in total. But anyone who's thinking, you should be doing more than that, man, that's crazy. Tell me. Tell me what you think. God, get complacent on the negative side because it's so just like, whole case is negative, just fucking get it welded. It's lovely. I'm liking that. Looks beautiful. Quite happy. Okay, I'm going to call it a night, guys. Thank you very, very much for dropping in and saying hello and just having a chat with me while I'm doing it. Yeah, so I'll catch you all soon. Probably do another one. I'll post it in the same thing in the staff forum, and I'll just drop it in the Discord as well. Or yeah, so cool. Take it easy. See you later.